Hi everyone, welcome back to Colouring with Kate. Thank you for joining me today. So I hope you are all doing really well, and basically this is going to be a review. So I was contacted by the lovely people from the company Magicfly. So you can see the logo here. I'm sure you've seen them on Amazon. So Magicfly, and there's a sort of a little butterfly just resting there on that last letter. So I was contacted by them asking me if I would like to try some of their products in exchange for an honest review. So I was very interested in doing that. So I said, yes, let's go ahead. So Magicfly is a company who has manufacturers which specialise in many different product lines, such as paints and pencils, crafts and sewing, home and office materials, and so on. So they sell products to more than 30 countries, including the US, and the products really sell well on Amazon. So I will put the links to where basically the Amazon links down below for where you can purchase the wide range of products that are available on Magicfly. So I was interested in three particular products. The 72 coloured pencils, which are here. I think this is the largest set that they do. So I was interested in those, so they sent me them. I was interested in the acrylic. I'm interested in lots of other things, but I wanted to try these out first. So the 24 acrylic paints, and the reason I use watercolour more than acrylic paint, but I do really like iridescent colours and metallic acrylic paints. So basically this contains 24 iridescent colours. So I wanted to test those out as well. So I'm just going to put those to the side. And then finally, I was interested in looking at the 72 watercolour pencils. So I just want to say that this is, I'm not being paid for this review, and I'm just trying out their materials for this honest review, and it will be an honest review and it will be my opinions. So yeah, let's get started. So what we'll do is we'll look at the pencils first. So like I said, I'll bring you in a little bit. I want to also, before I start, say a massive thank you to Magicfly for considering me for this collaboration. I really appreciate it, and it's been really fun testing your materials out. So you can see that it comes in a standard tin pretty much, and then at the back you've got Magicfly. It says unique colours, professional quality, non-toxic. So professional grade, artist quality, break resistant, soft and strong 3mm core, sturdy, comfortable barrels, smooth colour laydown for superior blending and shading, 100% non-toxic, ideal for drawing, illustrating and colouring pre-sharpened premium pigments. And then you've got, it says basically if you've got any order related issues you can contact their customer service, and that's the details there. And then at the back here you've got the swatch. Now I would definitely swatch your pencils, because I don't know how accurate these are compared to, say, doing the swatch yourself. The thing that I noticed straight away with these is the swatch is not in colour families, so it would be more useful if the swatch was in sort of colour family order, because you've got different colours in different places. So if all the greens were sort of roughly together, all the reds and oranges were together, etc. I think you know what I mean. So let's get this tin opened. So there we go. You've also got the swatch on the lid. Not that many of us keep the pencils in the tin. So we've got 3 trays. Now the order of these pencils were more of a colour order, so let me just bring you out a little bit. The order was more in order of colour family order. That's how they were arranged in the tin. They might be slightly out of order now because I've been using them, because I've started a page with them, because I think you can only do a proper review if you you do the swatches, but then also colour a page, try them out on a page as well. So yeah, let's get one of these pencils. I also sharpened them, so they do come sharpened with a slightly blunter edge, but I sharpen them before I use them. Just, you know, better to use a sharpened pencil, you get better results as well. So if we home in here, and we sort of, so maybe a black background there, maybe you can see a bit better on my hand. Right, so we've got the name, so it's a black barrel with a colour dipped end here at the, and you've got the logo there, which is Magicfly in silver, and then the black barrel, and they really do remind me of Cray Art in terms of appearance in particular. So nice large writing in silver there, purple iris, hope you can see that, and then also a code number M069, and there is this light fast rating. I'm a bit dubious about the light fast rating for a pencil in sort of this category in terms of, you know, expense, and they have got supposed light fast ratings, but there's no information in terms of how they tested this, you know, available. So yeah, I'd take that with a pinch of salt. But the pencils, like I said, I sharpened all 72 of them. They sharpened extremely well, not even one breakage, really nicely made, and they go down really smoothly. Very similar, I'll come back out now, very similar, like I said, to the Cray Art. What else can I tell you about them before I show you the swatches? So similar to the Cray Arts in feel, in appearance, in how they lay down very smoothly. Like I said, the biggest set here is 72, and they are currently on Amazon UK for £17.99. If you compare that with 48 Cray Art pencils, which go for £17.95, this would be the better deal. So they are better value in that sense, in that you're getting, you know, I think 24 more pencils for, you know, the same price pretty much. They are, right, what was I going to say? I've got my notes, just looking at my notes. So some colours are not really as you might expect, so probably be hard for me to find now, but there's a peach in here that isn't sort of, there we go, like, so for example, you can see there I found it, fortunate how I found it. So the peach to me would be more like this colour here. That to me is more of a peach than say this colour. So like I said, the barrels at the end don't particularly, or even the actual lead itself may be a colour that you might think, you know, is that a peach? I wouldn't have thought that's a peach. There's that. Like I said, they're sharpened very well. I didn't even have one breakage, and I've used them a fair amount now. And yeah, they are smooth laid down. They are more like a feel of, say, polychromos than, say, Prisma. So they're not waxy. They're more of a oil-based type pencil. So that's the feel that you get, smooth laid down, and they're easy to layer as well. Really nice to layer. So I'm going to show you my swatch in my swatch book now. Put you to the side. So there we go. So you've got some lovely colours. Like I say, I really like the fact that you've got the colour name and you've got the code. So some really nice colours. I like the fact that there are a few reds there, pinks as well. It does quite well for pinks, I think, and purples as well, and the range of blues. So I really like the range of colours in here. I think it's a good selection. The only thing where it falls down a little bit, I'd say, would be probably the greys, because you've only really got an elephant grey, a grey, and that sage is made, you know, basically a really dullish sort of a green, so I wouldn't include that in the grey category. So yeah, but I like the selection of greens and the blues as well in particular. So yeah, really nice set that we have there. I've already, as you can see, I've already done a blend on a page, so I like the blend. And quite a lot of these colours actually work well together. So as a budget pencil, I would say this is a really, really good budget pencil, and I really like it. And I think for the price, they give you really good results. And I hope you agree when I show you my page in a bit. Okay, so that's the pencils. So now I'm going to show you the next product. So I'm going to put the pencils to the side. And the next ones that we're going to look at are the watercolour, the 72 watercolour pencils. So again, remember, all these products you can get from Amazon, and like I said, I will link them. So 72 watercolour pencils, expert. So they come in a cardboard sort of sleeve like this, and you have the swatch at the back. Now if you look here, the swatch is a colour order swatch, not like the coloured pencils, so you've got your, you know, colours in the right families, so much better. And we've got a little bit about Magicfly, a creative group designing art supplies essentials at affordable prices so that anyone can afford to make art a part of their lives. You get the 72-piece colour pencil set of watercolour pencils, 2 brushes, a metal case and a pencil sharpener. And it says break resistant, soft and water soluble leads, professional grade artist quality, well, you know, sturdy, comfortable barrels, unsurpassably light, fast and acid free quality pigments, use wet or dry. So again, with these, not even one breakage when I was sharpening them, so really, really good. They do feel soft. I would say they actually feel even softer than the coloured pencils, and they both lay down really nice and smoothly as well. So I've just got one of these pencils to show you now. So let's put that there and get you in here a little bit. So you have I think it's a hexagonal barrel, yeah, probably a hexagonal barrel, as most watercolour pencils are. The whole barrel in this case is the colour of the core itself, compared to the coloured pencil, which just had the dipped colour end. So we have the logo there for Magicfly, and then the colour rose red in a sort of silver background, and then the symbol as well, which is M038. And I think they've also got the sort of crosses here to indicate some sort of light fast rating, but like I said, I take that with a pinch of salt. I'm not sure that it's according to any professional standard of blue wool scale or whatever. Okay, so these on Amazon, when I checked, were £15.99. I have to say that the barrel colour is not always the actual colour that you get when you wash with it, when you add water to your pigment. So they do need swatching. So I would say that you would need to swatch them. I swatch all my pencils anyway, and most of us do. So yeah, there's a brush, there's 2 brushes, one here in the first tray and one in the second tray as well. So there, and you get this sharpener, which to be honest I haven't really used. So I've taken a couple of pencils out because I'm just going to demo using them as well, because I think it's nice to not only show my completed page but also do a little bit of the colouring on camera. So I do like these, but I have to be honest, I prefer the coloured pencils over these, but these are still a good buy, and you will see from the swatch and actually how I use them on the page that they do look nice. So let me just get my swatch for you. Alright, got to think about which swatch area, which swatch book it is in. So there we go. I will take them out of the sleeves as well. So you can see here that some pigments dissolve better than other pigments. Some are really pale like these, but there's some pigments that give you a really nice colour, you know, that are a really nice colour. Like this one pretty much dissolves completely. But some I found, this is not watercolour paper by the way, this is just some good quality paper that I've got, so it's not actual watercolour paper. But then again, many of our pages are not going to be on watercolour paper. That one did not dissolve particularly well, although when I did use this colour, because I'm actually going to show you how I use this colour on my colouring page, I got a much better result than what I did on the swatch. So there we go, some more swatches. I think for 16 or 15.99, whatever it was, I think previously it was 16.99, but it's 15.99 now. I think they are a good set for a 72 watercolour pencil set for a beginner, definitely. So yeah, some really nice colours, a really nice selection of greens there, really nice selection of blues. Some of the colours in the watercolour pencil set have the same names as the coloured pencils. Let's see if I can find any. Let's have a look at the blues. So I've got Robin Egg Blue here. Bring you in a little bit, shall we? There we go. So I've got a Robin Egg Blue here, there, and I think I've got a Robin Egg Blue here. Yeah, let's have a look. So there, can you see that's the Robin Egg Blue in the coloured pencil, and that's the Robin Egg Blue in the watercolour pencil. So quite similar, a bit lighter of course here in the watercolour one. We've got a teal. I don't think they all match, but quite a few do match. So there's teal there in the coloured pencil, and then you've got teal there, so similar. So that's quite handy that few of the colours, a little matcher here as well, which is this sort of really limey, brightish green. Not fully lime, but you know, quite a bright green. So matcher and then matcher. Oh, that doesn't match. See, that doesn't match. So it's not consistent. But I thought we just might have a quick look there. Thought check that out. So yeah, it is. There's some nice colours, and like I say, some colours dissolve. And then lastly, we've got a black and a gold. Although I'm not sure I'd use the gold and silver in a watercolour set there. So yeah, those are the swatches. Like I say, for a beginner I would highly recommend them as a watercolour set, as your first watercolour set, because you're getting quite a lot of pencils for quite a low affordable price, and they give you quite a good result, as you'll hopefully see when I show you my picture. So I'll come out a bit now. So those are the watercolour pencils, the Magicfly watercolour pencils, and I'm going to close that, put that to one side, put that here. Okay, so my last item to show you is this Iridescent, oops, camera moved, sorry, the 24 acrylic paint Iridescent colours. It comes in this large box. We've got 24 times 60 mils or 2.03 fluid ounces, and then it gives you a few little tips here, cleaning tips in fact, and then it says you can use on canvas, paper, wood, stone, ceramic, models I guess, little figurines I guess. Please store the paints in a cool and dry environment without direct sunlight, non-toxic, art and crafts, iridescent effect, wide applications, and then a little bit more information on here on usage tips. So yeah, it gives you a few tips on how you could use them there, and then some of the features. Like I said, 24 60ml bottles, all colour named, really nice iridescence effect, high viscosity and water based, safe and non-toxic, blendable, richly pigmented, can use on both black and white background, and I think you get 3 brushes as a bonus as well. So I want to actually use acrylic paints more in my colouring, particularly on Amazon paper, because when I use it neat, as in not adding water to it, not as an acrylic wash, it does not warp the paper as much, and it's easier for the paper to take it, especially thinner Amazon paper. So I definitely want to use these sort of paints on you know, Amazon paper. So here are the 3 Magicfly brushes that you get as a bonus. A little card information here, QR code to join a Vine program. It tells you information there about joining the Vine program. So that's that, and then these are the paints. So you've got one example here, you've got your label, you've got the logo again of Magicfly, you've got the fact that it's acrylic paint, 60 mils, the colour and a code. So this is an orange red. So lots of lovely colours in here, lime green, look at that. I'm going to obviously show you the swatch. Mars Black, Fluorescent Light Apricot, lots of lovely colours in here. So let me show you the swatch, because that's basically, that tells you a lot more than the actual box itself, and what they look like. So got the swatch here. So I am really in love with these colours. I just really like them. So they do give you, you know, the iridescence effect there. I mean, this blue violet, probably one of my favourites. Absolutely gorgeous. I really like all the other colours as well. They're really nice. So beautiful. There's this soft pink, which is really, I mean, I should have tried it on black paper as well, but I can imagine these will show up really well on black paper. But you can see how shiny and lovely they are. Much bigger range for a really good price. So we have these on Amazon UK when I checked for £26.99. So the colours change under different angles and light, giving a really nice shimmery effect. Like I said, they're water based and they give a really good coverage. They dry really quickly, as most acrylic paints do, and they're non-toxic and have safe pigments. I mean, these, just for comparison, these are the Arteza 10 acrylic paints that I bought some time ago, because they were on a cheaper deal. And I actually prefer these Magicfly ones compared to these acrylic ones. I mean, I do like the lustrous black in the Arteza, but yeah, these are great paints. I really like these acrylic paints. Like I said, for backgrounds, I think they'd work really nice. And look at that gorgeous lavender purple. So yes, let's get to our show you. I'll put that to the side, and I'll show you the page I've been testing out these supplies on. So I thought I'd work in Miniature Enchanted Forest. Now, I haven't completed the page, but I've done a fair amount of it, and the only products I've used on it are the Magicfly products, of course. So the background you can see here is with the iridescent acrylic paints, so the Magicfly iridescent acrylic paints. So you can see the beautiful colours. I mean, it's just gorgeous. What a lovely background effect. It's not warped the paper at all, so not warped it at all. It's just absolutely smooth. No, you know, nothing there that, I mean, if I use watercolour it would be crinkled, but I mean, this is quite good paper anyway, to be fair. But yeah, really nice. You can see, so I am definitely going to be trying to use acrylic paints more on my pages. This background here that you can see is all in coloured pencil, as is everything actually over here at the top here. That's all in coloured pencil, and you can see, I hope you think so too, but I think the blend it's given me, the colours, they're so vibrant and so pigmented. Beautiful colours, and you know, look at the result you get. And when I first got into colouring, I used to think, my pictures are going to look better if I use expensive supplies. So I need to get the more expensive supplies because, you know, I'll get better results. But now, after all those years of thinking that, now when I've sort of coloured for about 6 years now, I really do understand that you don't have to have the most expensive supplies to get good results. I mean, I'm really happy with this. I think that's such a good blend. I think the colours are really bright, excuse me, really bright, really pigmented, and they work together so well. So yeah, and then here where you can see the sea, that's where I have used the watercolour pencils, and I think they've given me quite a good result. So you know, some people might think that it's a little bit patchy, but actually for me this is really nice. I think they worked really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of colouring on camera so I can just sort of describe how it feels while using two of the supplies, which are the coloured pencil and the watercolour pencils as well. Right, so let's bring you in a little bit closer so you can see what's going on better. So I'm just going to do this top bit of the water. So I've got two colours here, two watercolour pencils. I've got the Sapphire M068, the one that I think one of these you saw didn't seem to dissolve particularly well, and Magenta M003. I think it was a magenta one that we looked at, which I've used here as well on the lower bits of the waves, or whatever you want to call it. So just laying down here. I thought I would get this review done before going away for 2-3 days, just going away for 2-3 days, and I thought, let me get this job done. And I've been working on this picture for I think a day or two, no, about a couple of days, not like full days or anything, just like a few hours in the evening. Oh, the nib, because I pressed a little bit hard, the point did break there, but I've had no breakages when it comes to sharpening. I think I was a little bit heavy-handed there. Like I said, the watercolour pencils do feel, sharpen it a little bit, the watercolour pencils do feel a little bit softer, the core anyway, compared to the coloured pencils. There we go, put the blue in. Now for the magenta. So there we go. I do really like these two colours together. I think they work together really well. And I think both sets, both the coloured pencils and the watercolour pencils, I think the colours that they've included go really well together, so you can get some good blends out of them. Like I said, the only colours I think that are lacking a bit in the coloured pencil set will be the greys, and I think that's the same in the watercolour pencils as well. But you've got to have a limitation somewhere because you've only got a 72 set. So some colours do have to lose out, and in this case it was the greys. Right, so get a bit of tissue. I've got my lovely Derwent push button brush, so I'm going to use that to dissolve the pigment. So there we go. So yep, there. Okay. think that's all right. I mean, I do believe, I mean, the magenta isn't dissolving as well as the blue. You know, in comparison, I have to be honest, I'm not going to say something that's not the case. But the blue is dissolving much better. I mean, the purple has, the magenta has, but not, it's not moving as well as the other colour. But yeah, I'm still happy with the effect. I think it's still giving me a good effect, good enough effect. Right, so that's that. And then I thought I would also do a little colouring with pencil. So I'm gonna colour, I think, let's see, some of this tree. So if I look at the colour swatch here for my Magicfly pencils, I think got jungle green, we've got, I think that grass green will look quite nice as the light colour together with sage. So yeah, grass green with sage. So I'm going to pick that out. In fact, I'll pick it out after I sort of pause the video so you're not waiting. And then I like the jungle green, olive green and the green together as well. So I think they go as a nice blend, so we might use those. So I'll just pick the pencils out. Okay, so let's bring you in a little bit closer. I thought I'd just show you the page without adding, you know, other mediums. You know how I add lots of different sparkly mediums and glitters and etc. So I thought I'd do this first. So I'm using the jungle green at the moment first. And like I say, the lay down is really smooth. They don't feel scratchy. Smooth lay down, very similar to the Create pencils. Lovely to sort of layer up, and they layer beautifully. They give you beautiful blends as well, so that's what I particularly look out for in a pencil. So there we go, I've got the jungle green. Going to put a little bit of olive green on it now, probably from working my way up from the bottom. Should I bring you in even closer? Let's position this correctly. So yeah, like I said, you can purchase many of, well, all the Magicfly products as far as I know from the, they are a big seller on Amazon. So it will be quite easy to get hold of their products. I'm going to look into their other products as well, because they do sell quite a lot of other things. And at really reasonable, you know, good prices, and I'm really impressed in particular with their coloured pencils and you know, their paints as well. I'm really a big fan of those in particular. So there we go. I do want to mention, I'm just going to take this colour and then I'll mention it. Green is my final colour, M012. I do want to mention that there may be a code, a discount code, which will be valid until a certain time. I think Cassie, I think it is the lady who's dealing with me through this collaboration, and there may be a code for you for a discount for the paints, the iridescent paints. So if you're interested in those, check the description. I'm hoping that they can provide that. I mean, the pencils, the coloured pencils themselves and the watercolour pencils are quite cheap to begin with, and you're getting, you know, a really good price on those, I think. So there we go. I'm going to go back to the lightest colour, which was the jungle green, and add in a little bit more just to smoosh it together. But not all the way to the top. I might just keep a little bit of white there at the top. So that's that. And right, I thought another blend. Remember I said grass green and sage. So just starting with my grass green. So popping that in there. So yeah, it's been quite a lot of fun actually testing new products out, and yeah, I'm so pleased with the iridescent acrylic paints, because they're going to open up a potential of use in backgrounds. I mean, I have used acrylic backgrounds before, but I generally use black. I just use black really, but these are sort of opening up a bit more of a possibility for me to use iridescent colours. And I will be trying it out on Amazon printed paper, because I wouldn't use a watercolour background on Amazon printed paper for obvious reasons. The paper just can't handle it. So acrylic might be the way to go. So I think I'm going to have to try that out maybe on one of my selected pages for this month. Okay, so sage now, just to add a little bit of shading from the bottom, just to give it a little bit of depth, I guess. And yeah, the background, just to talk, going back to this, the pencil background here, I layered and layered, so I would say it's about 5-6 layers at least, minimum 5 or 6 layers on this background behind the ship, and it worked so well. So in terms of performance there, I think it's done really well. You know, particularly for a budget pencil. So yeah, I do like these. Like I say, quite similar to the Cray Arts in how they feel and how they look as well. Okay, there we go. So oh, I think I was putting in the wrong bit then. Sometimes forget. Is it that one there? Gosh, can't even remember. Right then, I think I shall leave it there, and finish by saying thank you so much again to Magicfly for considering me for this collaboration. I do really appreciate it, and I just like to say that all their products, including the ones that I've shown here, which were the coloured pencils, the watercolour pencils and the iridescent acrylic paints, are available on Amazon, as they are a seller on there. And yeah, I will link those in the description below. And until next time, I hope you found this video useful, and until next time, take care, happy colouring, bye.